guys, it's your girl Alexia Siri right here. You are welcome to our series on proof of funds, and this should be our fourth video. It's the fourth video on this series of proof of funds. And today on this series we are talking of if you're traveling as an international student with a family. And so our case study would be a family of three, that's a spouse, the couple and a child. Then we'll go to a family of four, the couple and two kids, and a family of five, the couple and three kids. So that's what we'll talk about in this series. Now, please, if this is of interest to you and you've been following this series back to back, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us that thumbs up, and remember to follow us on Facebook. On Facebook, we are AJ Migration Consulting. So please, do well to follow us. And subscribe on YouTube. Turn on your notifications so that whenever we upload a video, you are the first to get notified and get that information right. So let's go on. Remember, our case study is Canada. If you've not been following this series, please just kindly go up and start from the first video and you'll fall in track. Our case study is Canada, and our tuition, we are considering it to be $10,000 for the international student. So in a situation where it's a family of three, how much will you need as proof of funds? Now, you will need your 1 year tuition. You will need your $10,000 as living expenses, which is what IRCC required. You will need $4,000 for your first dependent as living expenses. And for the next dependent, you will need $3,000. This is verified on IRCC's website. So please, guys, make sure you check the website because this information might change in the years ahead. But as of this moment, December 2022, these are the amounts on the website. So if you're watching this later, just make sure you check and confirm if it has changed. So if it's a family of three, that is the couple and a child, taking into consideration our country for case study is Canada, taking into consideration the tuition for 1 year for our international student is $10,000. Now, how much do we need for a family of three? We need $10,000 for tuition for 1 year. We need $10,000 for living expenses for the international student. We need $4,000 for the first dependent, which will, in this case, will be maybe the husband, if it is the wife who is going as a student. If it is the husband who is going as a student, then it should be the dependent should be the wife. So we need $10,000 for the first dependent. Now, for the next dependent, we need to show proof of $3,000. Now, if you add $10,000 for tuition, plus $10,000 for living expenses for 1 year, plus $4,000 for living expenses for the first dependent for 1 year, plus $3,000 for the next dependent for living expenses for 1 year, that will give us $27,000. Now, for any additional dependent, all you need to do is add $3,000 after the first $4,000 for the first dependent. So if it is a family of four, that is the couple and two kids, $27,000 has been established already for a couple and a kid, plus $3,000 for the next kid. That will give us how much? $30,000. If it's a family with three kids, we already have $30,000 for the first for the couple and two kids. Now, if they are adding one extra person, making a family of five, they will add plus $3,000, making $33,000 for a family of five. So based on your family size, you can put these numbers or these figures together and understand how much you will need to show on your bank statement by the time you apply for your visa. So if it's just the couple, and just for us to recap, if it's just the couple, it will be tuition fee, living expenses for the applicant, the student, for 1 year, plus $4,000 for first dependent. So even if you are going as a single mother and you have 2 kids, your first dependent must always show proof of $4,000 and the next child $3,000. A single mom with 3 kids, the first dependent will show proof of $4,000 and the other 2 kids will be $3,000, making $6,000 for the 2 of them. You put this together. So your first dependent should always show proof of $4,000. You as the international student, you are showing proof of $10,000 for living expenses. And now the next dependents, they are showing proof of $3,000 for living expenses. Now, do us a favor, go to your website, get the program you want to do, get to understand how much your tuition will cost, and now add these figures together and do the maths. You will know how much you need for 1 year to show proof of funds as an international student. That is how much you need to show by the time you apply for your visa. That's how much you should have on your bank statement. Okay, people? So let's end it here so the video is not too long, and now we can go to the last part of our series. If you do not have this money, what will you do? Subscribe and let's get to the last part of our video.